What do you think Americans need to be doing right now to ensure democracy is there for their kids, their grandkids?
We need to fight.
Let's go.
The CIA, the FBI, they're all taking a beating here in 2022, 2023. How do you feel overall about the security of these institutions and whether or not they're doing more good than not?
I've worked with the FBI in some other situations as well. When I was the CEO of the American Red Cross in Arizona, I was responsible for the El Paso part of Texas. And when the mass shooting occurred in Texas, the Red Cross, myself, my colleagues, we worked very closely with the FBI on that scene, dealing with the families that were impacted. So I could tell you the horrific situations I've been in around families that have been impacted by mass shootings, and it's a horrible thing. But the FBI was doing an incredible job, right, trying to understand what was going on around these mass shootings. So, the CIA, the FBI, they are essential parts of our democracy, frankly. And what I'm seeing on the Republican side is they are attacking some of the very foundations of our country. They are intentionally trying to erode the public's trust in our foundational part of our democracy. I mean, it's fundamentally traitorous. Basically came out and said, defund the FBI.
Yeah.
That is outrageous. We have bad actors in this country and outside this country, and we've got to understand what's going on. One of the foundations of a democracy is people have to have faith in their government.
Were you actually involved in determining whether Saddam Hussein had chemical weapons and was using them?
Yeah, so I spent 10 years as a congressional investigator. I had a top secret clearance, and I did a number of national security investigations. And we were working with Defense Intelligence Agency and the CIA and some other organizations to gather some of that information around that. It was really looking into some of the issues that veterans were experiencing when they were coming back. They were experiencing all these illnesses, and it was called Persian Gulf syndrome. And so our investigation was to look to see, well, what was causing all these illnesses, and was exposure to chemical weapons maybe part of that.
In your time as regional CEO of the Red Cross, can you illustrate some of the biggest challenges that you had to deal with?
Yeah, I have spent a good part of my life running into places that people are running away from. I tend to be in places where I'm meeting people in their darkest hours. It can be tough. I led the response around Hurricane Harvey. I oversaw that part of Texas. I responded to Katrina. I spoke to hundreds of families that were impacted by 9/11 as part of the Red Cross response. You're there to help people. And so I've been lucky to be in that position.
Is it true you ran all the way across the United States of America?
Yes, I hold, as far as I know still, I hold the world record for running across the country. Me and 11 of my friends, we ran across the country in 12 days. We were like, yeah, let's try to break the world record. We were 22 years old.
When you tell this story, do people bring up Forrest Gump?
Oh, totally. They're like, oh, you're Forrest Gump. Like, yeah, I kind of am. I don't want to admit this, but yeah, I sort of am Forrest Gump. And I still, I'm a very competitive cyclist still.
Cycling, that's serious business, man. Have you ever gotten wiped out or?
Actually, I can't believe you brought this up. Like 2 years ago, I almost died. I was in a state championship race, and the guy was high and he crashed into my group. I was airlifted out. I had multiple injuries. I was in a wheelchair for like 2 months. I literally don't remember anything. But the good news is, a year after, that was the state championship. A year later, I went back to the state championship and I won. Cycling can be a little dangerous, but I am very resilient.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to You Can't Beat Blue on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And you can send your questions and comments to me directly at youcan'tbeatblue@gmail.com. I answer them all.